thing. Okay, we're streaming.
Okay. Calling the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mine is like 6 o'clock on mine, so you're watching fast, buddy.
Should be the same satellite telling us all. Yeah, look, my iPhone says 6:02. So what's going on here?
He's in a different time zone than we are, Charlie. All right. Visitors, declaration of audio video recording.
As always, Gilpin Township is live streaming.
Okay. Sharon, roll call.
Gary Hall.
Here.
Jeremy Smell. Tina Thompson.
Here.
Kevin Miller.
Here.
Charles Stahl.
Here.
John Fontaine.
Here.
Tim Miller.
Here.
Ted Long.
Here.
Sharon Long here. SARPD.
Here.
Amendments to the agenda. I would like to request an amendment for to discuss a resolution for pension for the police.
Sir, do you need a motion or are you making that motion?
Well, I can either
I'll make
request
the
it.
motion.
You can make the motion.
I'll make the motion to add it under new business item F.
Thank you. I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. So
I also need
new
an
business.
adjustment to it
Yep.
for discussion of as a possible zoning amendment.
New business as well.
New business, yes.
So that
It
would
be
be-
F2.
Or G.
G.
I like F2.
Okay.
You guys are.
It's G for Gary. All right.
You made that motion, Gary?
Yes, I did.
I'll second your motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Okay. Any visitors written requests?
I have an amendment.
Oh, one more. Hold on. Okay.
We need to add the letter from Diane Bento.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna add it
Yeah,
when
I'll
we
make-
did.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
we could probably
the
just cover
piece.
that under.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Thanks, Sharon. Motion and then
This group gets to go ahead on the agenda amendments. And you
Don't use them.
it's even better. We're waiting on this pension thing another month, and
No.
I am not here to wait
I'm
for that.
teasing. I'm teasing. I'm
Great.
teasing.
Any visitors written requests? No. All right. You have the minutes in your pack. If you could take a review of those, looking for a motion to approve the minutes.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes of January 5th.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Financial report, Sharon.
In the capital reserve fund, starting balance is $104,964.96. Total receipts of $246.74, leaving an ending balance of $105,211.70. I should have pulled that. The American Rescue Plan, I should have pulled that out of there. It's a zero, yeah. In the general fund, starting balance is $124,836.24. Total receipts of $49,670.97. Total disbursements of $109,851.54, leaving an ending balance of $64,655.67. Should have pulled the K9 fund one too. Ignore that one as well. In the payroll fund, starting balance is $0. Total receipts of $15,217.46. Total disbursements of $15,217.46, leaving an ending balance of $0. In the non-uniform pension fund, the starting balance is $0. Total receipts of $3,850.15. Total disbursements of $3,850.15, leaving an ending balance of $0. In the road bond fund, the starting and ending balance is the same of $9,003.26. In the state fund, the starting balance is $88,113.15. Total receipts of $204.40. Total disbursements of $2,177.90, leaving an ending balance of $86,139.65. That is all.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the financial report.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? I have the bills to be paid list, but prior to the meeting starting, there was some discussion questioning one of the bills and the timing of our SARPD payments. So, I don't know if we want
Can I
to,
make a motion to approve the bills with the exception of the SARPD payment, and we can deal with that after the meeting and pay that accordingly if it's due.
or we can,
I mean,
Twist it all.
we can approve it without.
we can
saying
approve
it's
it.
on bill.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably better than kind of saying, well, we'll pay it maybe, if not, you know what I mean? Because you gotta approve it in the meeting itself. So that would be my only objection to that, is that caveat's a little, not to say that anyone's doing anything.
So we just approve it, don't send it. We'll figure it out.
Well,
No.
you could approve it without that and then get clarity, neither approve it.
So redo your.
So rather than waiting, if this is due in March, I'd rather we make a motion to pay the bills, seeking clarity on the due date of the SARPD payment, and pay accordingly.
That's it.
Well,
That is what you said.
All right, go.
I'm trying to
for
put it
That's
into
fine.
motion. So I'll make that motion.
Just so we're clear, you're approving the payment right now.
Yes,
but
I'm approving the pay. I'm making a motion to
I can
approve
live
all
with
the payments on this list, and before sending the SARPD check, seeking clarity on the due date.
Thank you.
Good.
I will second your motion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? I'm gonna set these aside, Sharon, these are not completed, so don't
Don't
take
take
those
them
away.
yet.
Don't take those away.
Who does want, I'm sorry, that's separated.
Told you they were out of order, Sharon. Oh, you just got a death look.
On top.
I'm just telling you just got a look. Moving on, bills to be paid. Executive session, there was an executive session held on January 20th for personnel reasons. And then I do think there is a need for executive session for personnel and potential litigation. So I would like to make a motion that we,
Just real quick, is it going to be something Action's going to take out of, or can we just save it for the end?
it's
Got action.
it's got action. I think it's tied to G.
Okay.
Part of it's tied to G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, you made your motion. I'll second your motion to go into executive session.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Just
Heads to do her, so I brought them up.
That's fine.
Throw me on.
Said they were- Okay, returning, well, depending on whose phone you look at, returning at 6:32 from executive session,
have 60.
or 6:33, according to the solicitor. Solicitor's report at 6:33. Alright, Ted, no, Ted. Tim.
Yep.
Solicitor's report?
Two things. I had an ordinance.
Hold on, did you restart?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
An ordinance that I was recommending for adoption tonight regarding the creation of the Joint Park Authority. Leechburg's public hearing is exactly 1 month from tonight, I believe. I think that'll be March 17th. So there was confusion about the advertising. Just leave it at that. But they will be adopting the exact same, not exact same, but a similar ordinance as well. I've been working on articles of incorporation for the new joint authority. I'm hoping, not hoping, I'm gonna present that to this group for the March 17th meeting for potential adoption, advertisement and whatnot. The other big thing is DCD approved the deed to transfer the park from the county to the township. I'm with the commissioners on Thursday morning. I've asked Karen to put this on the agenda, so I don't wanna make any promises here, but that's the plan, is to have them vote and possibly sign the deed that day. So a lot of park excitement for everybody here. That's about it. Really, the park dominated what I was up to this past month, so any questions, any concerns?
We need a motion to accept this.
Yeah, motion to approve my report.
And this is
We'll get to the
ordinance.
ordinance.
Oh, is that, I
No,
assume
No,
that was
that's,
on
that's
your,
B under old business.
yeah,
Park Authority creation
Okay.
ordinance.
yeah,
So we'll get to that under.
that'll
old
be B.
business. But I'll make a motion to accept the solicitor's report.
You, just to clarify, you'll be voting to advertise this. Correct. For
Okay.
adoption in March.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Sorry, keep talking.
Mr. Pastava has a question.
May
for
I
Tim.
ask something now?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, it's not my meeting, but go ahead.
Do you just have a copy of the agreement?
With the what?
Do you have a copy of the agreement?
The ordinance?
Yes.
Yeah. You want my copy?
Do you wanna
No,
see
I
it?
don't wanna give you mine, it cost me some.
Yeah, no. I read it, I prepared it.
On the third page. Also, we see a sanitary sewage disposal system with the
Oh.
residents of Gilpin, or
That might be, yeah, that would be a typo, I'll correct that.
is that the whole section 5 purpose?
Yeah. That should have been modified, this might be the older.
That looks like something from the sewer.
Yeah, it was, no, what this was is I had done one of these for a different client and I used this as a template and I know I had changed this, but I think I forwarded an older copy.
I'm not nitpicking, but just.
Yeah, no,
That
that's-
was a good catch.
it's a good
For as
catch.
long as this is taken, I wanna make sure that.
Yep.
Lots of eyes.
So section
On,
five.
on the next
Section
page,
5.
it says about, consists of real estate from the county of Armstrong, consists of from Dominic Quirio and Helen Quirio.
Yeah,
Once Gilpin assumes ownership of the property, is that gonna make anything?
I don't, not in my opinion, I mean, it's the same property that,
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
this is just,
this ordinance is most likely, well, I guess not, as I say, it would be adopted beforehand, but I'll
That said,
double check
that's-
that aspect of it, but it's still in the chain of title, that would still be consistent. You know, if
It's
they did a
description.
title search of it, so that would be something you found as part of any chain of title, and quite frankly, that's the current legal description in the deed, so.
well, like I said, after 3 years, I'm just.
Yep.
Trying to pick some, oh, wait, we gotta change that, let's
No.
go back 6 months. And, then on the, I guess it's 5th page, about the board. Previously, the board said they would consider keeping the current board members on, is that still
That's not my call there.
I'm asking Sue.
At this point, I would say that's absolutely the intent.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I would hope the same from Leechburg, because technically we have to reappoint, Leechburg has to reappoint. I can't see any reason that either board would not just reappoint the current members.
The
With the
current-
exception of one resignation, that
With the
we have a
exception
spot
of
that
one
needs
Yeah,
filled.
the current members in Gilpin have no fear.
And we do have two coming up in, the end of June.
2 replacements.
Well,
Two people whose terms expire.
and they've expressed wanting to reapply or whatever.
We've already approved that. They're staying.
Okay?
We'll take care of that.
Well, as long as they're Gilpin.
Well, one was, yeah,
Well, and even the at-large, where half the vote, Leechburg has to have the other vote on at-large.
Right, but that's what I'm saying,
Well,
as long as there
these-
are votes to approve.
these two
we'll
are,
approve.
one is Leechburg and one is Gilpin.
And how about Jesse? McCracken.
He's expressed,
Yeah,
he wants,
yeah, yeah.
and
We're hoping to get them on.
we have a meeting next Tuesday.
And Hannah was a Leechburg
Tuesday.
representative, right? Not a
Yes.
at-large, so
Yes,
he would be,
that's why-
Leechburg would have to vote him in, yeah.
Yeah. Which, does Leechburg have this letter too?
So your meeting's Tuesday, not Wednesday.
We have Hannah's resignation letter, and I'm just wondering, does Leechburg have a copy of that? I
When
can't-
does the last-
They do, okay,
Yeah, it's submitted.
thank you,
Thank you.
because we can't accept the resignation if she's Leechburg.
Yeah, it's theirs to accept and theirs to.
Right, that's what I'm saying, it's on our
Yep.
agenda, but we can't. Okay, so no other edits or corrections you're good with, okay,
Just change it.
So are we on old business now then? I guess we are, yeah. We are.
You approved mine,
You got a motion and a second for him.
yeah, and I said all approved and everyone said aye, and
Okay.
then Mr. Castava had a question.
Perfect, but the names are on track.
Yep. So now we're
Fine.
moving into old business. Response to visitors' comment, being none, moving on to Park Authority creation and ordinance.
I'd like to make a motion to advertise the ordinance to create the Gilpin Leechburg Joint Recreation Authority as amended by tonight's discussions.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Floodplain fee schedule from last meeting.
Dawn, did you happen
Charlie,
to
John.
figure out any more on that front? Not really.
Nothing has really changed since last meeting.
Yeah, I mean, so if I recall, gosh, it's been so long since our last meeting. It's been feels like
100
almost 2
years.
months. What were we discussing? We were talking about the way we wrote the current fee schedule. We may not recoup all of our costs. I believe was the last discussion.
We for sure are not recouping
Yeah, I
all
mean,
of our costs.
but we had also approved the last one to require them to. I believe we approved it with an escrow in place to cover some of those engineering fees. But then there was a discussion of the engineering fees may or may not exceed that escrow, and what do we do if they do? And-
Depending on the project.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's dependent on the project. So, any thoughts from anyone on that? I wrote it in a way that I thought would hopefully cover us to recover most of those costs, because you can't ask someone to front $5,000 for a $100 project. And that was the other discussion too, was do we need someone for a shed to submit that
Right.
escrow?
Something, shed, carport, something simple,
So like floodplain accessory building, do we really need
yeah, a
All that.
$10,000
the
extra.
all the
Right.
escrow? So thoughts from anyone on that?
I don't believe you need it at all for an accessory building.
And I would agree. I mean,
Okay.
most of those, they just have to prove to John they have the right shoring
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure it doesn't float away.
And if it does, it's theirs.
It's,
You know,
there's that.
Which they do prove to you that.
Well, I've only had one application for an accessory structure,
Okay.
and as soon as I laid it out to him that, look, you gotta show anchoring of sufficient nature that this thing isn't gonna float away, he's like, I'm not doing that, and he
Didn't
didn't
do
submit an application. That was the only one I had for an accessory.
So we would still require that they prove all of the things, but they wouldn't need the escrow for it, but then buildings.
So how about for next month, do we want to prepare an amended fee schedule that reflects that? that accessory buildings don't have to do the escrow and anything
Exempt
else we
from
want to
escrow,
discuss with
but-
that?
One question though, if we're not gonna do the escrow, I'm kind of changing my thought here.
On an accessory
An
building.
accessory buildings also do not go through Bureau Veritas. So we don't really see a plan for an accessory building.
Well, the floodplain ordinance still requires they submit a plan for accessory
Okay.
on the
Yeah,
floodplain.
they're still following all
Yeah.
of the requirements, they're just not giving us a cash, like an escrow amount to cover.
Yeah, they get to skip
engineering.
around all the UCC building codes and stuff, but they still have to
Still
follow.
submit the-
We have all that stuff in our
The
floodplain.
floodplain.
If they
Do
have
we
that-
wanna, instead of using the word accessory structure, do we wanna go with square foot? And say accessory structure, because less than 1,000 isn't gonna go to Bureau Veritas anyway.
An accessory
So-
structure over 1,000 does go to Bureau.
Yes,
possibly,
it
so-
does.
So,
But my conversations with Grant is that he's not gonna inspect, he's gonna inspect per UCC, not per.
Per
floodplain.
floodplain.
Right.
So
So
that's
we
still
still have
gonna be
additional-
our responsibility,
Yeah,
even if he inspects over 1,000 square feet. Because a lot of what I'm anticipating the applications to be are for recreational type projects. Because that's gonna be, and obviously with the campgrounds down there, we're gonna have, sheds being brought in and converted into campsites and.
That was gonna be my next question. Accessory building, can you give me a short definition of what that is?
It's
Non-living?
carports, sheds, accessory, not primary.
yeah.
garages.
But non-living.
Yes, that's not
non-living
accessory.
accessory.
But what people are going to do is that they're gonna file for a recreational cabin exemption.
Which applies into the UCC, but under floodplain ordinances, there's not.
No, they still have to abide by flood.
They still have to abide by all the
Right.
floodplain regulations.
Yeah, if we attach Bureau Veritas to it, he's not gonna inspect if it's recreation.
As long as they
If
submit
they
all
declare it a
proper-
recreation affidavit, then he doesn't want anything to do with it, because it's recreation.
So what does our current fee schedule say for the escrow?
Is there one handy somewhere?
Is it-
It's
I can find it real quick.
Yeah,
I think we did like $1,500.
I was gonna say 1,000 or 1,500.
I know it's up there.
So do we go with maybe instead of exempt, do like 250 or 500? Just for like accessory use, just to make sure that,
So we did, just so we're all on the same page. Floodplain permit application shall be 10% of the estimated cost of proposed construction, non-refundable, plus a $1,500 escrow with all costs of permit review and issuance deducted from the escrow and remaining funds returned at permit issuance. That's how we wrote it now. So that would apply to any floodplain.
1,500. And say you were we're using the shed as an accessory building and it was
It was a
10 by 20.
yeah.
So you're looking at,
$3,000.
you got
$3,000.
$2,000 on a $3,000 shed,
right,
$4,000. That's silly.
Exactly.
right. So that's what I'm saying, do we do 0 or do we do like $250 on accessory building? Just so there is something as a deposit to make sure that all of the flood.
I like.
You need something in order to cover the John's cost for review.
Agreed. Yeah, we still need a fee. I like John's idea of the square footage in line with what UCC would require. So basically, we would require the 10% of estimated cost. That's the fee. That's to cover his
That covers John.
application review. And then maybe do no escrow for anything under 1,000 square feet, and anything over 1,000 square feet requires
Requires the
escrow.
1,500.
So we're quite literally just adding with an escrow plus a $1,500 escrow on buildings over 1,000 square feet, and then leaving the rest the same.
Which sounds fair. Agree?
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
So
I'll throw my hammer.
we can prepare some language and amend the fee schedule next month.
The only
Okay, so
part is gonna be that gray area where somebody says, well, it's 1,000 square feet, but it's recreational. It's a recreational
Well,
exemption.
but it doesn't matter for floodplain.
Right.
They're still going to follow our floodplain fee,
Sure.
the floodplain ordinance. So
I know about that.
you said you're not in floodplain.
You're not in the floodplain.
Correct.
That's correct, but you're also not recreation.
Not looking at 365 days.
Oh, Lord have
Okay.
mercy. Okay, so I would like to make a motion to prepare a revision to our
do we need a motion, or do you just want me to prepare it, and I'll bring the resolution,
Correct.
we can do next month.
You wanna make a motion to prepare it?
Yeah, do we need to make a
I
motion
think
to
so.
prepare
I'll
it
have
since
to
we're
look
changing
for it.
what we
If that's what
have?
we're going with for the new.
No, we would just approve resolution number whatever,
We'll just-
at the next meeting, it would have that update on it, so.
Perfect, then I,
We can just make that change and approve it next month.
These guys
Okay.
want meeting third and seventh.
I think. Do y'all forget we moved meetings to 6?
What?
Meetings are at 6, not 7 now.
Are they?
Yeah.
I missed it.
You're good.
Um,
He just said, I think they thought this meeting started
Oh.
at 7.
I did, and I was a Catholic class, so I
Well,
apologize.
there you go.
What's not?
So you need to do that.
Alright.
Yeah, if it's that bad. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. The way you approached it.
We were
wasn't-
just laughing, we were
Well,
laughing,
he-
started
he-
at
I
7.
really, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We're good.
my life.
We're good. We're not,
I know.
It was
We're not
me
taking-
that did it.
I know, he told me
So-
it was.
Okay.
okay, so we don't have to make an amendment. Charlie, you're gonna
I'll
prepare that.
Prepare that language change and have the next, the new resolution with that language change. While I'm doing that, is there anything else that we need to address in that fee schedule?
I think-
That was the main thing, that was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
main point of discussion, so.
Alright.
Okay, well, I'll prepare that and have a resolution for next month.
Thank you. Anything else under other old business that we're missing here? Can we move on to new business?
Do you want me to address the bills thing now? Cause I have the answers.
Oh, you have the answer for the
That's the
SARPD?
Yes. Okay,
Sure.
so, in the charter agreement, it spells out when payments are due. So January's payment was technically paid late. We should have paid January's in December, cause the charter agreement says that they'll be paid bi-monthly by the 1st of January, March, May, July, September, and November. And with keeping with that schedule, with that payment, we would be, the 6 payments would match what we did budget for them.
Can
So-
we still look back though, cause I swear I remember in November, we were paying that payment for January
Yes.
1st. Cause that was the whole point of shuffling everything around and making an extra payment that put us
Because
over.
we.
Well, I know we were in arrears.
Yeah.
We were, but that extra payment was supposed to then bring us to the same schedule as everyone else, meaning we in December or November should have paid January 1st, and so on and so forth.
Right, I think we're ahead of payment. If we pay this check, I think we're
This would
ahead
put
of
us
payment.
ahead. So I still, can we after the meeting, Sharon, sit down and just
Yeah,
look at all the list
no,
of checks?
sure.
Chris
Yeah.
did text me, and I told him that we'd square up on it. And
Yeah, we'll pay the bill that we owe, but I think this puts us ahead.
yeah,
based
'cause
on-
what you're holding, Sharon, that's an amendment that hasn't been
Right,
approved yet.
well, this,
either.
I just had this as a quick
Yeah,
grab.
it doesn't
where
say
spells out
buy
the
yet,
months.
it says on.
It says on, yeah.
We're
but it's-
changing it to buy, hopefully.
But it spelled out the months, that's kinda why I grabbed it quickly.
I did it, yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
continuing on with that needs discussed. Under new business, grant financials, I think that both Charlie and Gary have some request and discussion on this topic.
So I have two things, technically one. So we got the LSA grant for the regional comprehensive plan, and we got the MAP grant for the regional comprehensive plan. Both of those grants will require their own accounts for money to be put into. So we just need to authorize the opening of an account for each of those grants for grant funds to be deposited into. And I believe that Gary's is the same for the DCNR grant.
Correct.
So
We need to make a motion to
authorize
authorize.
the opening of.
a-
Here, I'll make a motion to authorize the opening of 3 depository accounts for the LSA grant, MAP grant, and DCNR grant. And authorize Sharon to open and handle,
those
taking
accounts.
care of those accounts.
I will second that motion.
Do you want them called that?
Well, I think Gary's has to have a specific name based on how the grant is being issued.
Yeah, the checking account for DCNA grant would be Gilpin Township Park grant account,
Gilpin Township Park Grant?
grant account, yes.
Grant account.
And the LSA and the MAP don't spell out exact names, but it would probably make sense to say MAP planning grant, LSA planning grant account for both of those. I think that for everyone's tracking.
And how do we deal with signatures on this?
Their
I would think
deposit,
it'd be the regular signatories, right?
Yeah.
Just the same people that have signing, so all of us, signing authority on all of the accounts.
I think Gary's request,
I would, and I may be completely out of line here, but I'd like to have 2 supervisors, and I'd also like to have 2 people from the authority. So Or at least one signature from each?
Yeah.
Or would the authority not really,
So the park
does that
authority
cloud
grant
this,
doesn't
does this cloud this back
Yeah.
up again?
I feel
Usually
like
the
we're
signatories
the
would be
yeah,
us.
we're
Yeah,
the
I-
fiduciary for this money now.
I know we
So
talked about this briefly yesterday. I think until the park authority is actually the park authority, you're in charge of that money. I think, because you can amend that down the road. I think keeping it with the 5 of you is probably the right move, at least for the time being.
Until the authority is established.
Yeah, no offense to everybody
So
over there.
2 of the 5 to start.
Yeah,
well, should it just be all 5 of us? That's all the rest of our accounts are all 5 supervisors
Yeah,
and
just
signers.
keep them, yeah, the
Yeah.
signatory is the same, Sharon, as all of the accounts, I
Yeah,
think is
so
what we're
me-
planting.
Maintain the same signatories as all
All
other.
five, but only
Township
meeting
accounts.
3. 1 and 2.
Yeah, we need
Sharon and
we
2
need a
others.
minimum of 3 signatures
Yeah.
on any check.
That's okay,
But that's
that's what I'm saying.
But any of us
Does that
can
work?
sign.
we're all the signatories, minimum 3 signatures, same as every other account.
Are any of these not allowed to be interest bearing? Do we know?
We can be.
I'm
Can.
pretty sure all you said can.
Can,
I'm pretty sure all 3 can be. I don't have the contract yet for LSA. We're still waiting on DCD to send the official contract. But if I recall correctly, the map contract, Tina, that you forwarded out, I believe it can be interest bearing. But the interest has to stay in that account and be used for
For
project
that.
purposes.
yes,
Or returned to the state at the end
I
of the
did read
project.
that in the one, yes.
That was the one that Tina sent. So
yes,
that's the map grant.
right, it can accrue interest, but it has to be used for the intent of that project. So I would,
Yeah.
I hate to assume things, but I would think all 3 of them would be the same, if there's any interest, it has to remain in that account and apply to the work that that account is for.
When I opened up the DCNR account for the grant, one of the stipulations was it had to be an interest bearing account.
Okay. So it would be the same for us too then.
Yeah.
Same contract language.
So I think you're good with interest bearing, Sharon, we just have to keep it all in those accounts.
What, 10
So-
years? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, cause I was gonna move this forward, but you have questions, so go.
In the future, with that park, signatures can be changed, yes?
yeah.
After,
After the
It's
authority is
established.
established.
After there's an actual authority.
Yeah, and also within the park, this checking account here is strictly to manage the grant. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not commingling any funds with any of the dollars outside of this grant that they have to do business as the park does
Yeah,
business.
it's just a grant.
Okay,
money.
they will still, once the authority's formed and together, they will still control that.
Did we call that to a vote or was
Well, you made the motion,
I made
and I
the
was getting
motion.
ready to say,
you were
but
gonna-
then,
okay.
so. We
No.
need a second for the motion to create the 3 accounts.
second that motion.
All in favor?
I had
Aye.
Charlie and Tina make motions for
Oh,
that,
so he motioned,
and you seconded.
I didn't know, cause then we started having
Okay.
questions, so I didn't know if we needed to.
Your second
Back
can
up.
vary.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Vote.
Alright, all in favor was aye, opposed? Okay. Moving on, next is the resignation letter from Hannah Bloomer, but as we discussed under the park, we can see the letter, but we can't take any action, she's a Leechburg, member, so that's just a informational only letter. And then 2 more letters. As you are all aware, we have, 2 openings on the Municipal Authority Board. Everyone was emailed Diane Vento's letter on January 20th. It's not in your packets, but Ben Sapinski's letter is. So we have 2 positions open on the Water Authority Board, and we have 2 letters of interest, one from Diane Vento and one from Ben Sapinski, to fill those 2 positions.
I say we fill these 2 positions with these 2 letters.
and they're 2 different terms though, so we need to determine who's going into which term. One's a 5-year term from Dwayne not renewing at the end of his, and the other one is a
One,
1-year term.
that's what Sonia said. I'm
Okay,
just
so
going
then
by
the other one would just be
That's what
for
I'm
a
just gonna look
1-year
it up.
term.
Okay, then let's give them 1 year and
Diane
Diane
the
the
5.
Diane the 5.
Is that your motion,
That's
Kevin?
my motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, so Sharon, it's Diane for the 5, Ben for the 1. Next up ACATO convention. I'm thinking this is, who do we wanna send?
So historically, we've always just authorized any supervisor or elected official, elected or appointed official that wishes to attend may attend, and I'd like to make that motion.
I will second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And I urge everyone to come out. I'm on the executive board of ACATO, and we're planning a really good convention this year. It's going to be quite different from previous conventions, so I hope a lot of you can attend. There's going to be some really good trainings, some really good speakers, and some really good food.
And if you are planning to attend, if you can talk to Sharon so that she can submit this on behalf of Gilpin one time, so talk to Sharon if you intend to participate. What's the deadline to send this in?
I'm looking at that quickly now. April
Says-
29th. Wait,
I'm sorry.
yeah, April 29th.
Oh, so we have time.
Yeah.
Let's say, no joke, April 1st, you have to let Sharon know so that she can submit this in a timely manner. Okay. E. Think, Mr. Hall, this is one that you asked for, coin-operated machine tax.
Yes, it's become very common in many municipalities, in most municipalities actually, that they are taxing the Pennsylvania seal games and games of entertainment and stuff that are in these different buildings, be it, for example, there's some at Sprinkles, Cicero's has them, I'm sure Jeremy probably has a couple, the Legion has them and stuff, and they're taxing them anywhere between $100 for the jukebox type thing to up to $300 for the game
Skill machines.
skill machines. And I mean, quite honestly, and I can tell you because I know what Cicero's has, and Jeremy's is probably the same. It doesn't cost our business owners 99% of the time. The people that own the machines pay the tax. Okay, so I think this is a good idea for us to bring into the township. It doesn't attack anybody individually. It will make a few $1,000s. I don't have that exact number. We'd have to go around and inventory the exact machines at what locations, but it could be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in taxes. Okay. There's a lot of things going on this year as far as stuff creating legal costs. We're going to enter into negotiations with a new contract. We got a lot of stuff, and we're going to see a lot of bills coming through here. Anything we can do to make it an advantage to the people in the township, to lessen the burden on them. The people that own these machines aren't paying this out of pocket in most cases. That's a matter of how they negotiate with the owners. Okay, and it could be a benefit for us. I think it's something we seriously should entertain. And there is pre-prepared an ordinance for this, thanks to Charlie.
Yeah, I'll lend my support to this. Ford City, we have a coin-operated device tax in my position as borough manager. For us, I mean, having a lot of bars in Ford City, a lot of clubs, it brings in around $12,000 a year, and we only charge $200 for every machine. And 90% of the time, 95% of the time, the company that provided those machines does pay the tax on behalf of the property or the host of the machine, I'll say. It doesn't bring in a lot, but it's something. There's some municipalities out there, I believe Lower Borough just earlier this year raised their tax to $700 per machine, which is whew. But a lot of those companies that provide the machines are paying that tax, and it's income in for the municipalities. The only thing I'll throw out there to be privy of, just so we're all aware, the state is also working to regulate the skills machines. They're trying to pass some laws to do so. If they do, it would preempt this. We would no longer be able to collect on the skills machines. Now, the rest of the coin-operated devices, we would still be able to under the amusement tax section of the Local Tax Enabling Act. But skills machines might be preempted by the state. Now, a lot of our local organizations like PSATs, PSAB are fighting to have some of those funds through that state fee paid out to municipalities, since we're the ones that are ultimately dealing with these machines in our municipalities. But that's just one of many options. The state, we're talking about the state here, so who knows what could happen when our legislature gets their hands on it.
And so we're proposing $100 for amusement and $350 for skill machine. Right? 100
Yeah,
and
that's
$350.
section 2.
Section.
And Tim, do you have
Page
much
2,
experience
section
with
2.
these types of ordinances?
No, I mean, I know they exist, that's about it, but you do have that authority under the Tax Enabling Act. I reviewed this. And my only question was the fee schedule, if that was where that came from, but I think you kind of explained that a little bit there, Charlie.
You're talking about the dollar amount?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you said this is what Lynchburg charges, right, Gary? The 350 and 100 for those types of machines.
They're not doing anything with pinball machines and video games, from my understanding.
Are they not? Yeah, most municipalities.
Because that was the question that I raised whenever I heard about that place, because I think about, you have a coin operated laundry facility, right? Where
Yeah.
somebody were to open that, like, that doesn't make sense. You can't financially open it and pay,
No, but
you
it's
know,
a coin
$100 a
operated
machine.
I mean,
Um,
No, that was one question that I
Yeah,
raised, and
yeah.
it was brought to, I mean, I don't quote me on this, I did not read their ordinance, but I understand that it's not on anything but games of skill.
Correct.
so it's on an
Amusement
amusement device.
and
So
skill.
But are
One's
they
used to
charging
do laundry.
pinball machines, are they charging video games, are they charging
They are, Leesburg is charging on everything with the exception jukebox.
everything? So I will say, you know, as an owner of a place like this, like, you know, we pay fees to ATMs, we pay fees to jukebox, we pay rights to play that music, we pay on top, we already have fees associated with having these amenities, so I mean, for me, I mean, I obviously am not gonna be behind something like this, because it just creates another barriers for small businesses, and already taxes them at a higher rate, and it's hard enough to keep businesses in our township, so if we put more barriers in front of them, it just, in my opinion, it discourages people from coming and opening up here when they can open up in place with less restriction. So, and then I start thinking about like nonprofit places, like what is the VFW? Are they a for-profit place, or are they a nonprofit place? I'm
they're
just-
nonprofits.
Okay, so is the Hungarian Club
Are they?
is that
So
Are we
most
accepting
other
nonprofits?
municipalities do put this evenly. Like I'm going to keep using Ford City just because it's my
Sure,
personal
it's what you know.
experience. LA Club, CU Club, those are nonprofits, but they do pay.
That's what I said. I
This.
didn't see anything
We're
where
able
we're
to impose
exempting
this
nonprofits.
And I
On
see,
clubs.
Nonprofit.
I
But
would have,
The person who owns the machine is not a nonprofit.
correct,
You know.
I would have no issue.
Chaz, this is our meeting, please.
Okay.
I would have no issue not including jukebox in this, because I do
Yeah, we
understand
don't have
the
that
fees
exemption
and
in
what
here.
music you pay with the whole
Yeah.
thing. The game of skills and the entertainment games is really what everybody charges on.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's a commonplace. We don't always have to follow the lead of everyone else. It's, you know, just as a business owner, and I hate to see things be put in front of people, other layers of. I couldn't get behind it, but you know, I don't want to see our businesses be burdened more than they already are.
On that note, I'm understanding that you don't own those machines,
I do
so
not.
it wouldn't cost you.
If I
I'm
came
just
to,
asking.
no, I'm not saying it would
Right.
or wouldn't, that would be something I'm gonna have to go back and negotiate with the person that provides the machines.
Correct.
And if they say, hey, you know, we're willing to cover that for the thing, they may say that, I have no idea, I've never had that conversation with them, and I don't know what everybody else is, like, I don't know what the high water is gonna come to terms with their people, I don't know what the VFW, et cetera.
Okay,
On,
however, I'm still proposing this ordinance.
I was gonna say, on the
Yeah, but-
assumption that
yeah, to
you're
advertise
still moving that forward, we don't have anything in here about jukeboxes being exempt from that. Like, as it stands right now, you would have that same tax on a jukebox.
So we would have to change the machine to any
Yes.
coin operated music machine or skill machine with the exemption of a jukebox.
Jukebox. If there's already a licensing or fee on that, so we,
Yeah,
Just-
there's plenty of taxes on this.
that's what I'm saying. If we are moving forward with this, we do need, I think, to make that edit
To number 2.
to number, page 2, section 2, somewhere within there, we would have to put,
It would. I think it would be best fit under section 1 definitions, number 4 on page 2.
Yes.
What defines the machine, and maybe, well, not necessarily skill machine. That's very. Is there anything, or under section 1 definition 2, coin operated music machine? One of those two
Section
things,
one.
or both of those things, should have that exemption.
That's fine, just add the jukebox in there. The exemption.
I mean, you could put it in both, Charlie as the exemption, but.
Yeah, well, and really, yeah, so like jukeboxes is in number 2, so we could just strike jukeboxes from number 2, it's on the very top of the second page. And just put clear language in both of those with the exemption of
Yeah.
jukeboxes.
Who's gonna be enforcing this? How are we gonna enforce this if it goes through anyways?
It's currently written, should be paid to the township secretary or the township officer that we may designate. Let me find it.
I can tell you, local businesses in Lynchburg have had no problem paying this.
Most places designate it to their code enforcement officer, and it looks like section 7 inspections. Any person operating or maintaining a premises where machines are located shall permit inspections by the township police, the code enforcement officer, or other authorized township representatives at reasonable times to verify compliance.
Low battery, please save your workout. Your battery is running low.
Okay.
John, you like that? It does say other duties as assigned.
Remember, that's there.
Yes.
Okay, so John, by and large, would be the enforcer.
He would be the
Of-
count the machines, give Sharon count, Sharon would invoice.
Now it's an annual.
Would be it's an
Annual thing.
yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna vote no on it, but if we're gonna at least do something and, I mean, if it passes and it goes to a full vote, I mean, other things that I would like to see go in there is it only is on skill machines, and we also do some research as to what other municipalities are charging. I mean, I don't think we should be hitting jukeboxes, I don't think, well, you already said.
We
that,
said
but I mean,
jukeboxes
I'm
are
talking
exempt.
like dartboards, you're talking like pinball machines, I mean, it's good. Like I said, I'm not gonna be for either way, but if it does go through, I certainly would like to see it be limited to skill machines, and I would also like to see some of the fees that other municipalities local to us are charging.
Leesburg just went to 350. From 3 to 3.
Well, I mean, there's, you know,
Charlie, what
Ford
did
City's 200 flat for all machines.
so I mean, there's a large
That's-
discrepancy there, but
that's
you're
full
also
tables.
charging all machines.
That's pool tables, that's
Yeah.
jukeboxes, that's coin pushers, that's dartboards, anything that takes a coin to operate or takes payment to operate, and in some ways amusement for the user, they charge 200 flat, and that's skills machines, whole 9 yards. And like I said, I know Lower Borough was at 700.
I don't.
They're trying to capitalize. That's crazy high.
That's ridiculous.
They're trying to capitalize on the fact that the state might be getting rid of it soon.
And I think 350 could be high for us, to be honest.
I would.
I mean, I would have no problem starting this out at $250 or $300. It is new. But I do believe we need to do
And this is
something. We need to
$100
look
for
it.
the year,
Yeah,
Correct,
not a
machine.
month.
per
It's
machine
per
per year.
machine for the year.
that's correct.
I mean, again, if we're moving this, I agree with jukeboxes coming out, and I think if we could do 250 or 300, but 350 does feel high.
I like 250 personally. I think 250 is reasonable.
Again, I think that's much more tolerable.
250 for skill machine,
Yeah.
100 for coin operated amusement machine, and the exemption in 2 areas of jukebox. With those amendments.
And do we need a public hearing for this?
I don't believe so. I could.
It's your, to my knowledge,
Typical,
it's just
yeah.
a standard ordinance.
Standard ordinance,
It'll be
too.
posted in the paper, available for review
And I would like to make a motion that we advertise this
as amended.
as amended for approval.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Motion carries for advertising. Police, so as amended, added F, police pension resolution, so, we've moved to SARPD, we're still holding, the pension for some of the officers that have now moved to SARPD, so everyone should have received the documents to make, a resolution Is it a resolution?
Yes,
No,
It's
a resolution
Yes.
to,
So it's that last thing in your packets.
yeah,
Looks
to
like.
a resolution for us to move the pension that we're holding for the officers that now are a part of SARPD, to move their pension over to SARPD to be managed by them.
And this is, just so we're all clear, as prepared by Josh, who we hired.
Yes, it is prepared by our
Special Labor Council.
Labor Council, Josh Houseman. And there should be a copy, I just sent out today, it was, he forgot to attach it, but what, it's amended to be with
The actuarial.
the actuarial in there, so what the actual transferred amount based on time from when the SARPD took over those officers till the time today of us passing this resolution to move those funds.
We know what resolution number this is gonna be. Would this just be 2? We haven't done anything since the fee schedule, right?
Right.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2 of 2026, transferring pension assets to SARPD.
I will second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So resolution 2. Sharon, I'll fill out my copy and give it to you at the end.
I already have one signed and ready to go.
Oh, well then I'll take your copy at the end of the meeting.
Mhm.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, and then, under new business, we added F2 or G, depending on whose agenda you're looking at. Carrie?
Okay, that's amendments to the zoning. Okay, yeah, I would like to make a motion that we amend the zoning or have a public hearing to amend the zoning.
Well, you
How
want me
about
to
authorize Tim to prepare the
Authorize
prepare
Tim
the
to
ordinance and then.
Okay, okay. Authorize Tim to prepare the ordinance and advertise the ordinance, amending specific tables within the zoning, okay, to deal with, the data stations that everybody's talking about at this point. The AI stuff, like they had the Springdale, that whole spiel. Right now, our zoning does not cover that.
Address data centers.
Okay, it doesn't address it at all. And that's an upcoming thing that could get very touchy and very delicate very quick. And we feel something we should address in our zoning much sooner than later.
So can I just ask that we take out the word advertise, because he's not gonna advertise it yet, he's gonna, I believe, prepare it, present it to us next month for advertisement.
That's the plan. Yeah.
So,
The board.
but taking that out, I would second that motion to have Tim prepare that amendment.
Sharon, are you good?
Mhm.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you, Tim.
Yep.
Moving on to reports, code and zone report. You should have a copy in your packs.
Yes, everybody should have a copy of it. From the last payroll, I had 7.5 hours total. 4.5 was for zoning related work and 3 hours in the code enforcement area. I've issued 10 ATV permits during this payroll period. So far, I think I'm down to up to about 29 for the year. And I issued 1 carport permit. I do have, and there's a letter in your packet from Gary Lapafito's office. There's an upcoming zoning hearing board for a variance appeal that's coming up on March 3rd. I have a total of 4 other cases I'm working on currently. Obviously, with the snow and cold weather, those are all set back. And I did receive 1 application for 2 properties for Airbnb conditional use.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the code zoning report. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
We're all just
Wanna make
throwing stuff
I
around
was
here.
like all up in his business. 'cause
29
he
permits
wasn't-
you've done?
Total, yes.
And we
29.
got, how many did we get, 50?
No, I think we got 40 maybe.
So you're probably gonna need more.
Need more stickers.
We'll get down to about 10, I'll let you know.
Cause all I'm gonna do is draw from one of the other 2, cause I think last I heard they had 5.
So they probably would have extras and
Extra
can
stickers.
award to give us some.
Does the board wanna vote to advertise, to hold the public hearings on the, conditional use?
Yes.
On conditional uses, sorry, I was thinking the zoning hearing.
For this,
There was two of them.
There's two Airbnbs.
Germany have 60. I was so caught up in data centers. My plan was to propose this for prior to the next meeting, have a public hearing. Mind you, I'll be in Gilpin that night as well, so
You mean Bethel?
no, I'll be with Leechburg for the
Leechburg,
public
okay.
hearing that night. I believe it's 6, so let's say
Our
I'm gonna
meeting
be
is
li-
at
I'm
6.
gonna be late for your meeting on March 17th, but
So should we have those hearings
Are you saying,
immediately, or during our meeting, immediately following our meeting? But if we wanna act at that meeting, it
yeah,
needs to be before.
so we'd need to make it,
Could we add them onto the agenda, later on the agenda, and do the new conditional uses as part of our agenda? And you think you could probably be here on time?
well,
So that way we can still take
That's-
action on them
that's
in
it.
the same meeting.
yeah, as far as I know.
they're at 6, so he's gonna be late here, which.
Their hearings are, their meeting, I should say, is at 7. I'm assuming that their hearing is at 6. I'll double check. Here, why don't I check?
Can we do conditional use at 5?
If the applicant is okay with that, I don't have an issue with that.
I don't see either of these taking a tremendous amount of time.
I can make myself available at 5 on the 17th.
Kevin, how about you?
can't even remember.
Yeah, as well.
I can make 5.
So we wanna make a motion to advertise,
Why don't you hold off on that? Let me
No,
make sure
we don't wanna-
Leechburg is, that's their plan.
I'm looking for their notice right now, Tim.
hold off until you figure out.
I'm gonna check
Okay.
with,
Cause if we hold off too long, then the meeting's over and then we can't do it.
I'm gonna do it right now, so.
6 PM. I found the public
Okay,
notice in the paper,
perfect.
6 PM.
So I could be here at 5, do the conditional use hearing, run down the hill, do the public hearing, and then come
Come back
back.
up here.
Yeah.
Do you wanna do 5 or 5:30? I mean, do we think it?
I
Yeah.
prefer
Better to do
5
5.
just to give.
You
more
said we have
buffer.
two back to back,
Yeah,
so I mean I would think 5 to be safe.
they're
So,
both Airbnbs.
They're both the same thing.
I will make a motion to schedule 2 concurrent conditional use hearings for Airbnbs on Tuesday, March 17th at 5 PM.
I will second. All in favor? Opposed? Mark your calendars. 5 o'clock conditional use, 6 o'clock meeting.
Who seconded that? I'm sorry.
I did.
Tim did.
Sorry. Good. All right. Moving on to road report.
Road report for, Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Snow removal was the biggest part of it. We did have a down tree. We did some equipment maintenance, some building maintenance, and I did some administrative work.
I would like to make a motion to approve the road report.
Second.
Okay. Sorry. So, did somebody make a motion?
A second for the room.
My motion is
Sorry.
seconded at the same time.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right,
Okay.
I distracted.
That
Tim.
was the road report.
Road report. Tim was asking if we wanted to circle back to the letter from Gary Loprofito.
And what I was saying is I can represent the board on behalf of the township in any zoning board hearing if there's concerns or there's an interest adverse to the township here. What I'm seeing, this doesn't look
This is a typical
terribly
conventional
controversial, but I always advise clients about, so.
I don't see a need for you to represent the
Okay.
township on behalf of
Just
that.
verifying, that's all. Fine
Okay.
with me.
Perfect.
I'm not dying to go to one of those, so. fine with me.
All right. Get distracted. cup to be set in the corner.
Police
Okay,
report.
police report.
For a month, we had 312 calls, 4 of them being accidents, and we had 6 arrests. 2 of them were in Gilpin, 1 simple assault, 1 possession charge, traffic stops. We had 69 of them, resulting with 10 of them being citations issued. That's it.
Motion to accept the police report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There has not been a official report submitted from GTMA. Moving on to park. You should have a copy of the park's bills in your packet and the year-end statement submitted by Glenda. Did you have something, Gary?
Yeah, I've done a few things. I talked to Trish today, Newbeck, from DCNR. She did receive the paperwork from Tina that Rob had also signed to transfer the grant. That is in process. She said 3 to 4 weeks. That was the end of January. She did, however, say with the new release of potential grants, that could be a little bit slower, but she's gonna try to push that through. We've got a meeting on Thursday with Sally Conklin, down in Catania, to start the process to kind of regroup and get back on track as far as the work being done, the scale of work, the whole scenario, to go through that. I also spoke, when I was speaking with Trish, she also talked about a few other grants that are out there. I questioned whether we should actually attempt to get another grant at this point, seeing as how our other one is kind of floundering still at motion. She's gonna get back to me by the end of the week. She doesn't foresee that as an issue because that grant was issued to an authority. It wasn't issued to Gilpin Township. So we potentially could apply for a different grant. There are DCD grants out there that would give us up to $30,000 up front with no match.
Correct, and actually, if I can add to that, because I'm working on one of those grants right now, so it's the Greenways and Trails grant, and it actually, we could use that to match our DCNR grant, they can match.
Correct.
each other.
Yes.
So we
use
could
those
put
funds.
that forward to not have to use any money out of pocket, or only use the portion that you guys have fundraised, but still do the full scale project. However, that is due at the end of May and probably won't be announced until September at the absolute earliest if we get a state budget this year. So I mean, there would be, yeah, I mean, just
that's okay.
time
We have
considerations.
funds to get started.
Yep.
But if we could do that, there's a potential, we may be trying to apply for that grant very quickly. And see what's what. I'm waiting on Trish to get back to me there. We also have,
Here, is Trish gonna send you then like links to apply? Cause I'm happy to sit with you and
Yeah,
help you do
Trish-
that
Yeah,
application.
I'm happy to. I'm in the process of preparing one Greenways grant. I'm happy to throw another one in there.
that's fine, and that, we'll know that very quickly. There's also a lady in Armstrong County, Adrian Schomack.
Yes, that is our
Okay.
regional DCNR advisor.
She's a DCNR advisor that will also help us with grants to facilitate and see whatever else we can do. Trish very strongly suggested that I contact her, sit down with her, and get a direction on what we want to do with the park. It's like Trish said, there's 23 plus acres up there. That's a lot of property that's been ignored for a long time. And there's a lot of opportunity up there and they'd like to be part of it. So we'll follow through with all of this come late week and see where it goes and keep moving forward.
Well, I wouldn't say ignored, I'd say limited funds to
Yeah,
manage.
Yeah, no disrespect intended.
Yeah, I was like, limited funds to manage sounds better than ignored.
Yeah, it wasn't growing. I mean, it was not growing because nobody's contributing.
yeah.
So
Do we have a park, an anticipated park cleanup day with 400 feet of snow and water all over the place? I called the police about the program that, or the prison about the program that they provide, but they need dates, cleanup dates that we would be proposing for help. Do we have an idea of dates yet?
We have a meeting next Tuesday, but I don't even think we can set a date. They made the proposed date, but. And
June what?
Yeah, August 3rd.
because
With all the snow melts.
Yeah.
we do have, 3 Easter egg hunts in March.
Oh, Lord.
Or last 2 Saturdays in March, and the first Saturday in April.
Yes.
For Easter egg hunts. and then we'll sunrise service on the 5th. But that's, I don't think it, anything's gonna be done before that, maybe volunteer, walking through, picking up some big stuff, but I think it's still gonna be tough to, cause I truly doubt that the restrooms will be open for those events. Now, the one has told us that they've already ordered a porta potty for their event. Sunrise, and you're there for an hour, cold it comes,
Yeah.
But,
Well, so there's a program that we learned about with the prison where they, it's, I guess, like a volunteer work release type program where they would, be able to send people that need to do some community service hours to finish out their sentence to help us, at the park to clean up. So
Correct.
some free labor.
and we talked about this, I think it was with Sal. And being pessimistic, I'm sorry, but this is Leechburg. I can just, there's criminals out at the park. My kids are there. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I have to look at both sides. I can see that happening in our area.
I was asked to look into it. I went to look into it to see if we would even be able to get the help, but they needed a date. So if we have a date and you want me to continue to pursue it, since you asked me to look into it, if you want me to continue to pursue it, I just need estimated dates to give to them, and then they would let us know if we qualify and if they would have support available, and then it is up to the park to decide if they would like
Definitely get back.
to take that help. But
I would say we could talk to Hyde on Tuesday at our meeting and then get back to you. And,
Yeah.
If we do come up with something.
just shoot me a text or something and tell me the proposed cleanup dates in August that we're gonna use once the snow melts. And then I will call them back, give them the information. They will let me know if we're eligible and if we could fit on their calendar based on your dates. And then you all can decide if you want that help, which, yes, we need to think through.
Or the other way, they could give us dates of their availability. It wouldn't necessarily have to be one side,
Yeah, to start the process,
Or date or
they wanna
nothing,
know
or- yeah.
dates. So we
she
have to
said
just give them some
They
sort
need
of,
a date just to see if we qualify.
if we can qualify and have that help, but. And then I can get all of the details and present it to the park board to make a decision. So if you just shoot me a estimated date, you don't have to stick with those dates, we could change them, and even if you said yes to the help, if you change the date and the help's not available, then you just don't have the help. But at least we can get something started to understand what all of that looks like. And I did ask for clarification on if there's any sort of supervision, and there is not, so. From the prison, so. But I don't know if these people are out or in, or I don't know all the details, but to start it, she said, what dates are you looking at? And then that stopped our conversation pretty immediately, so. Okay, perfect, that was all I had on parks. Anybody else have anything for the park? Okay. Moving on to communications, in your packet, you should have the minutes from the municipal authority meeting.
3 or 4 meeting packets here for them.
Yeah.
I think 3.
I've been meeting a lot. And zoning hearing board.
And then I have one other communication too I'd like to add. I didn't think about it earlier when we were talking about the grants, but I did also succeed in securing $7,500 for the regional comp plan from the PA Association of Realtors, as well as the Greater Alley Kiski Association of Realtors, GACA is what they go by. And they are throwing $7,500 in towards our comprehensive plan project because they're very excited to see that we're finally updating our comprehensive plan. So a little bit more money to help save us some match money.
Congratulations, thank you, Charlie. Okay. Anything else to add in communication? Not that we haven't had an open dialogue this meeting, but any visitors' comments?
Chester Ray, 116 Pioneer Drive. Just a question, did they ever plow Ruby Hill?
No.
Why?
I can come through there if you want me to tomorrow.
Well,
I'll be down there.
I've been up there, right the snow, we tried to go and use the plow at Bertino's house. Somebody did. It looked like we could make it. Well, we did, but we took a beating. And last Saturday, I thought, well, they got to it by now.
Yeah, if I need to go over there, I'll go over there tomorrow. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I didn't go today up there, just to check. And I know you don't wanna do, Red Dog, but that last 40 feet ashes would help.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Red Dog, that's a different story, but I'll go over to Truebill and check it out
Thank you.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Am I having
Chaz Day, 164 Shore Road, and I'd like to thank the road crew for the great job they did in that winter storm. You know,
I agree.
it was a great job.
Especially,
Thank you, guys.
I'd like to second, third, and fourth that. I think you guys spent a lot of long hours out there.
We did get 1 yard and was criticized on Facebook, but we're gonna handle it.
As long as you take care
Out
of
there
it.
waiting.
And that was
drive
me.
by.
And that was you. Well, Kevin, we're gonna practice your driving skills here this summer. No, agreed. I mean, we took a ride around the township and it was bad. I mean, there was just no way to keep up with it. I would see the plow truck come by and 20 minutes later it looked like I never saw a plow truck. So great job. I know you guys put in a lot of long hours to get that done.
we did work
Thanks,
hard.
Chaz.
We did work hard.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Chaz, you still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You good?
Did I? I'd make a motion to adjourn.
Well, that's where I'm headed if you're all set.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Hold on a minute.
Calendar edition.
And any need for another executive session? Okay. Any calendar additions?
What was that date again? I'm sorry, I did not write it down.
March 17th, you're spending St. Patrick's Day with us here, 5 p.m. Conditional use hearing, 6 p.m. regular meeting. 8 p.m. green beer at an undisclosed location.
Okay.
All right, now have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.